Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? It's in your humps, your lovely lady lumps. Oh, hi, Mark. This is going to be ranking the studio albums by Black Eyed Peas. And because I don't have a lot of costumes or crazy hats or shaving cream, etc., I'm doing shirts that are somehow related to the artist. And today I'm wearing a black shirt for Black Eyed Peas. So that's just my part. This is going to be an interesting ranking the albums because they have, you don't think of Black Eyed Peas being around that long, but they've been around since 1998. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 albums. And they're a very interesting hip-hop group, to say the least. Things have not always been good. And even in today's 2020 world, sometimes the Black Eyed Peas still aren't good. But they do have some very good quality music out there, along with some bad. So this is going to be a fun ranking the albums because I'm not the biggest Black Eyed Peas fan, but I am a fan. If they were in town, I would probably go to their concert. If it were, I don't want to insult them, if it were less than $50 for decent seats, I would go see the Black Eyed Peas. So, you know where I sit with this band. We're going to jump right into ranking the albums. There's Buddy up there on the couch, forever scratching himself. So, they do have some good albums and bad albums. And we're going to jump right in. Coming in at the bottom, the worst, and we're going to work our way to the top. The bottom is going to be their debut album, Behind the Front. Now, I originally wanted to get into their back catalog after hearing a lot of their 2000s and further out music, because I thought that they were, a little bit more artistic or maybe avant-garde than some other hip-hop musicians. And I just didn't find a lot on this one to praise. Sierra Swan is featured, and Planet Swan is featured on one of the earlier tracks. But even with the cool features, you got Kim Hill and Einstein Brown and Kim Hill again and Dawn Beckman, Red Foo, Macy Gray. Even with these kind of weird feature artists, just nothing on this album really spoke to my soul. Nothing really got me bobbing my head. Coming in next, I really, there was a period, and that period, unfortunately, is still going on, where I felt like the Black Eyed Peas were making real trash music. And I gotta say, that debut album was just kind of a weak debut. But this is, this is 7 albums in, and the Black Eyed Peas are making absolute garbage. Okay, oh, there's a guy sitting on a rock on my TV, reflecting on how bad this album is. This almost should have been the worst. This is just freaking garbage. There's a controversy about this. The Black Eyed Peas illegally sampled Air Glow Fires. They both Party All the Time and Let's Go. Yeah, they were illegally stealing other people's music, which, not too good. Nas is featured on this garbage, but even Nas, one of my favorite rappers, could not save this heaping pile of crap. I am sort of wondering why I put this being better. I think Behind the Front, it just sounded very dated, and I think that was its main issue. They were experimenting in a good way on Behind the Front, but just there was no great songs. And same thing with Master of the Sun. It's just absolute trash from back to front. I'm looking through these songs and some weird features. Again, Nicole Scherzinger You got Ring the Alarm Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Big Love. Yeah, just absolute garbage. I hope there isn't a Masters of the Sun Volume 2, because goodness gracious, that was terrible. Absolute garbage. And before I did this video, just a few days ago, a couple of nights ago, I gave their new album a listen so I could rank these guys fairly by listening to all the albums that they had to offer. And I just got done listening to their brand new 2020 album, and it's coming in third worst. Atrocious album art. Who thought that was a good idea? What in the world is that? I like the color, but why? Why do we have cartoon versions of the band? And it's fine to experiment. I love experimental music. But this reggae, Latin, trap, dance, pop, hip-hop mix, it's not working. And almost the entire album is in Spanish, which is fine, but the songs are trash. There's a little bit English and a little bit of Tagalog, Austronesian language spoken by people in the Philippines. So who asked for this? Who wanted a Spanish-English Tagalog mix on a Black Eyed Peas record? Were the fans demanding that? Like, hey, we like your records in English, but please just do them in Spanish from now on. And the song titles, they're all caps. Ritmo, none of them even make sense. Feel the Beat, Mamacita, Girl Like Me featuring Shakira, No Mañana. There's no tomorrow. Yeah, this album will have you feeling like there's no tomorrow. If I were going to rank these three albums that we've already talked about, I'd give them a big fat stinking 0. These are absolute trash. Do not listen to them. They're absolute trash. Now, coming in, things are starting to get better, of course, as we move our way up towards the best. I need to do a ranking video where I hate everything. I think that'd be pretty entertaining. Coming in next is going to be The Beginning from 2010. Hard to believe that was 10 years ago. Let's take a look and see what's on here. The Time, Dirty Bit, I think was a decent single. And then everything else is crap. Everything else is stinking garbage. So The Beginning, no good. So we've got 4 albums that are stinking garbage. Now we're getting into my albums, and then we'll get into the good stuff. There is actually 3 albums by the Black Eyed Peas that I do really enjoy, and we're getting closer. We got to get through some more garbage first, though. But you know, this is a perfect one to bridge the gap. This is an early Black Eyed Peas album that was not so good. It's from 2000, 20 years old now. Absolutely hard to believe. But this one is better than their newer albums for sure. Let me see if a lot of the same features. De La Soul is featured on this one. Mos Def, Wyclef Jean, and Macy Gray. So that one, again, bridging the gap, much better than so many of their late era stuff. I don't know if Black Eyed Peas are ever going to make something that I really am excited about hearing again. After being a pretty big fan in the early to mid 2000s. That's when and of course that was their more mainstream material, and maybe their new stuff is mainstream and I'm just getting older and don't like what they're doing in terms of the pop music that they're making. They are a pop band. They're like a pop hot band. I would definitely not classify them as, you know, typical hip hop. They are a little bit different, and that is what gravitated me toward them, is them being different than other hip hop artists. Although I do like a lot of hip hop, but Black Eyed Peas have always stood out, or they did stand out, at least up until a certain point in their career, they stood out. So let's move along to the better stuff. That was 2000's Bridging the Gap. Coming in next is going to be 2009's The End. It was not the end, as this was 11 years later, and we're still getting crap. Now, this album was long. 70-minute album, 6 singles. This thing was insane. I really enjoyed Boom Boom Pow. I got that Boom Boom Pow. Rock That Body was okay. Meet Me Halfway was kind of forgettable. I'ma be was okay. And then you got Alive, Missing You, and a bunch of other songs that nobody's ever heard of. And then you got the song of the year that just got way overplayed, oversaturated anthem. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night. I feel it. Let's turn it up. I got a feeling. So I really enjoyed that. It was a really great pop tune. Really, really cool. Really simple. That kind of elevated that album to another level. And even though the song got played into oblivion, it was a lot of fun. I haven't heard it for a while, so I think it's not one of those songs where I never want to hear it again, but it's getting close. Please, please don't play it into the ground even more than it's already been. So that was 2009's The End, but we are far from the end. Actually, no, we're pretty close to the end. We got 2 albums to go, and these are the 2. Well, that one was good. That one was decent. I could drive around listening to The End and not, want to crash my car into a wall. So The End is okay. Say about, 3 out of 15 songs are really, really good. So moving on to the much better in my opinion. Where is it at? You got to scroll up a little bit. You got to find them up in the vines. Up in the Vines, redirected from Monkey Business, the Black Eyed Peas album. Monkey Business, the Black Eyed Peas album from 2005, recorded the previous year. It's a pretty lengthy record. And this one had some of my favorite Black Eyed Peas songs of all time. Pump It! Yeah, pump it! Oh, no, don't funk with my heart! Don't Funk With My Heart. You got Justin Timberlake and Timberland on the next track. I've never really heard it. I don't remember that one. I have heard it, My Style. Don't Lie was another single that I really enjoyed. And then, the classic, one of the greatest songs ever written. My Humps, My Lovely Lady Lumps. I remember, here's some little memory to go with this record. I had a roommate in 2005, and he wasn't really in touch with the music scene of any decade, but he heard this playing in my car, and he loved it. Absolutely. Me and him would just drive around the college town we lived in, and just blasting my lumps, my lumps, my humps, my lovely lady lumps. Check it out. Oh man, some good times with the humps, my lovely lady lumps. And then you got Q-Tip is featured on here, CeeLo Green and John Legend, all on the same track. You got Feel It, Going, They Don't Want Music featuring James Brown, Disco Club, Bebop, Bob Bump, Audio Delight at Low Fidelity, and Union featuring Sting. Man, the Black Eyed Peas really know how to get people featured on their albums, man. They just have all kinds of huge names from all over every genre just dropping feature vocals on their albums. So good for them. I don't know how they do it. I guess, you know, the Black Eyed Peas are a pretty huge band, I guess. I'm not sure how. I mean, they're millionaires, right? Like, I don't think I've talked about any musicians. Ooh, I think I may have. The poorest musician that I think I've ranked so far has probably been Sugar Cult or Bowling for Soup or Alien Ant Farm. I am not sure that the MTV Cribs featuring Alien Ant Farm was real. I've heard that that whole show was fake. But Alien Ant Farm were living in poverty, and the whole band was living in one house in the hood. It was ridiculous. Anyway, moving back into on topic. Moving back into on topic. I'm gonna be out of a YouTube channel if I don't get back on track. Monkey Business, pretty fun. Driving around a college town, blasting my humps. So that one had a lot of good memories with it. But there is a better record, and I can throw my cell phone at my Chihuahua now. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put my notes down. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty because I got a physical copy here, and oh, it's beautiful. My favorite, not just my favorite, the all-time greatest Black Eyed Peas album of all time. Here's the side of it. Here's the other side of it. Here's the back of it. And then this. Boom, 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 boom. Ella Funk. This is the perfect Black Eyed Peas album, in my opinion. Starts with, this has, and it may be my genre bias. I'm a huge rock and roll fan, and this almost, it feels like a rock and roll record, in my opinion. Things kick off with Hands Up, Labor Day, It's a Holiday, and then the, I guess, controversial, I don't, number 3, there was an edited version, a reworked version called Let's Get It Started. They've probably taken this one off, but I have this old record from 2004, and this is Let's Get Bleep. Hey Mama was a great single. Hey Mama, drama, mama. Shut Up was really great. Smells Like Funk. Latin Girls, Sexy, Fly Away, The Boogie That Be was okay. The Apple song, Apple is a good singer / rapper. I did not like his song. I do like the song following his song called Anxiety. And, I was talking about those weird features that Black Eyed Peas are known for. And Anxiety is a rock song working with the guys from Papa Roach. So that was a really cool thing. Black Eyed Peas and Papa Roach. Who would have thought? And then track 13 is the super well known Where Is the Love? People hurting and crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help me guidance from above. These people got me wondering, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Buddy, it's okay. So then you got a bonus track, which is labeled right on the back for some reason. The reworked version of Let's Get Bleeped. Let's Get It Started. Pretty cool artwork there. Fergie was still in the band at this time. Oh man, I have very rarely played this. I don't remember the last time I rocked this CD. Got this Ella Funk artwork. I'm going to take this out, give it a good sniff. Oh man, I don't know. Wow. This looks brand new. Not getting a lot of spins, in all honesty. Hey, mama. Let's get it started. Bonus track. Yep, let's get it started. The thank yous. Always fun to read, just in case you're in there. Sometimes you might find your last name, which is pretty cool if you have an unusual last name. I don't know if the Black Eyed Peas thanked me or not. They probably did, though. So yeah, absolutely love this record. This kind of looks like a vinyl record. Man, that still smells new, guys. I maybe need to give this one some more spins. One of my cleanest looking CDs. Definitely need to give it another spin. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous pop record. It's got elements of pop, hip hop, and even rock on here. A lot of funk as well. Check it out. The greatest Black Eyed Peas album of all time. This has been Ranking the Studio Albums. I'm Chris Norwood. That's Buddy. Please like and subscribe for all the zany videos you can imagine. What's your favorite Black Eyed Peas record? Have you guys heard of the Black Eyed Peas? Anyway, so Fergie has kind of come and gone from the Black Eyed Peas. Right now she's spending time with her family. I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing or if the Black Eyed Peas are going to replace her at some point. Here's a good, there's the four of them. And, you know, I think they'll be alright without Fergie. I think she will be back at some point. So, we'll just have to see. Ella Funk, one of my favorite pop albums of all time. So keep these guys in your thoughts and prayers, and we're going to keep on filming these videos. I got an Elton John one coming out. I'm doing a whole bunch of these. So please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is coming up next.